People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal obviously travelled to Everton, Goodison Park on Sunday, hoping to win. The top four is in the balance. Obviously, since the last video I've made in regards to Arsenal, we've slipped down from third into fourth. Spurs are back into third position by a point. That's off the back of obviously them beating Crystal Palace at their new home ground, which they failed to sell out in the first game. I mean, come on, you're not levels. I gotta throw the digs in, Spurs fans, if you're pre-ing this, but we know what it is. We're on level on points with them. Let me bring up the table for specifics, people. Premier League table.
These are the standings for the Premier League for the current season.
Shut up, man. Anyways, people, like we were saying, 64 points Spurs, 63 to Arsenal, 63 to Chelsea. United are back in familiar territory in 61 points, sitting in 6th. That's something they've become accustomed to. Our opponents are on 43 points. They can potentially move ahead of Leicester and probably Watford if results go different ways. Not sure on the goal difference, so there's something to play for. I say be wary of a resurgent Everton. Their last 5 games, they've been alright. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but 3 clean sheets within their last 5. When you say Everton, I feel similar to us, leaky defence. You've got nervous defenders, whether it's Yerry Mina, whether it's Zuma, whether it's Keane, whether it's whoever. Nervy defenders, nervy players. Goals are in this game. I feel both teams are going to score. If you get at them, if you ask questions, stuff can happen for you. But in the last few games, I feel there's been a resurgence. I feel they were quite good, particularly in the first half. In the, what was it, 3-2? Was it 3-2 against West Ham, or was it 2-0? I'm so sure it might have been 2-0. But either way, that first half in that victory, they were quite good. What other results? Obviously, they lost to Newcastle. That's an L for them. Can't remember the game against Cardiff, but they've been having mixed success and they're kind of getting in form and the confidence is kind of back within their players. We need to be wary of that. They obviously beat Chelsea at Goodison Park. Now, Chelsea have been a bit flip-floppy this season, but they beat Chelsea. That's another top 6 game. They beat Chelsea. We beat Everton at home, but they beat Chelsea, so we need to be aware of that. Even if you read into a couple of the results, I know the Liverpool and Everton game was a bit of a ball draw, but at Goodison it finished 0-0. So they've taken 4 points off 2 fellow members within the top 6. Do you see what I'm saying, people? It's not going to be easy. Even if you remember last season, what did we win? 3-4-5-1 in the second half and we turned on the style. But if you remember, we actually had to come from behind. So Goodison Park is one we typically win at, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, man, to be honest with you. We've got to watch out for guys like Bernard, who seems to be playing well. Gomez found his feet in the Premier League right now. If Theo Walcott starts, you'd want to score and put one over your old club. Dejane, if he's there, he's obviously an attacking fullback, could present issues. Richarlison's obviously, for as much as the Brazilian samba skills, he's a physical handful, so they've got problems for us. Calvert-Lewin's been in decent form as well if he starts, so they've got enough tools to cause us problems, people, and cause us issues. We just need to win. There's really not much more to say on that. We need to keep this run going. We need to keep winning. It's neck and neck. Obviously, we know it's time for everybody, all of the playing staff, to show what they're worth because we're going away from home now. At home, we do our thing. We've bettered our away form, but if we're honest, it's still woeful. That and clean sheets is still pretty woeful. And the company we keep, when you look at the statistical data in regards to such, shows there's improvements. Unai Emery can't do much this season. He has to work with what he has, but you get the point. Our fixture list might be more favourable than the others. United, for instance, are going to need a lot to get top 4, but anything can happen, people. Anything. I hope we don't drop points, but I do think we will drop points. I hope it's not against Everton on Sunday. We've got a favourable amount of games, but the majority of them are away from home. We've got to go to Everton. We've got to go to Wolves. We've got to go to Watford. You saw what Wolves done against United. Watford beat us last season. Everton, we had to come from behind. So there's no easy games. We need to prove our worth now because all that's going to matter now. There's no excuses for these lads for themselves. Because in May, the only statistics going to matter is obviously the league winners, 2nd, 3rd, 4th place. That's all that's going to matter. And I didn't think, and I'm pretty sure you didn't either think we's ever going to get top 4. But it would be gutting to lose it from the position we found ourselves in, man. Like I said, they beat Chelsea. Spurs beat them at their ground, but that was a crazy game as well. I'm sure they took the lead against Spurs as well, so they're decent. The game against Manchester City was a bit... I think they lost 3-1, but it was a bit political as well, so they put up a fight against the top 6. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, man, at all, man. Like I said, 3 clean sheets within the last 5. Potentially that could be confidence restored. I don't want to say complacency, but if there's an air of complacency, we need to capitalize on that, to be honest with you. Like, we really just need to just concentrate and just do what we need to do, to be fair with you, man. Like, And when I look at it, when I look at some of their results, it does appear that I'd say the last 5 to 10 minutes of either half are very political. Everton have scored and conceded a lot of goals around the 45th, 66th, 60 to 90 minute mark. They've conceded a lot of goals in stoppage time. They've conceded the last half an hour in the first, well, no, in the last half an hour in the second half is typically where Everton go wrong, in my opinion. The last 5 minutes in the first half as well. They also score a lot of goals around these times, so we're gonna need to be focused and need for this to be switched on. That also could tell us potentially that they have issues when they get tired, keeping standards, keeping concentrated. So we might have to be patient, bide our time, be a bit cerebral, and then strike. Who knows, man? We just need to concentrate, and we need to capitalize on the lack of concentration potentially from their players. You notice I keep saying them two words specifically for a reason. So we need to do what we need to do, man. Obviously, if you look at the game against Manchester City, they scored in the 65th minute. There was 2 goals, late goals against Newcastle. There's always it's quite dramatic, man. The last half an hour is very political, and it could be something we need to pay attention to. These are games we need to go out there and win, people. We need to just get through Everton winning. They wanna be the ones to kill our top 4 hopes, like everybody else. They want to take points. They want to achieve possibly how high they can go. They've got ambitions that, well, they can't achieve whatever ambitions they had in August, but I'm sure there's some sort of readjusted ambitions for this season at least that they want to achieve, and that's probably taking as much points as possible, finishing as high as possible. So we need to do what we need to do, man. We really need, there's no anything else other to say than we need to win. It looks like they're favouring a 4-2-3-1 as well. Calvert-Lewin probably gets the look in. So we know we're going to go against a side that are not bad footballers. They've got attacking fullbacks in Coleman and Dejane. I don't think much of Calvert-Lewin, but he's a handful. He'll run and work his socks off. Richarlison's a baller. He'll do the same. They've got Gomez pulling the strings. They've got enough problems to cause us. I'm confident in what we can do and how we can go about things, people. But there's certain things we need to be aware of. We have to be aware of that. In regards to the lineup, I actually haven't written down the lineup, so I'm gonna go with Leno in goal. Tough, man. I want to play Aubameyang and Lacazette, but I don't feel anyone deserves to be dropped from our last outing. So I'm gonna go Leno. Bellerin's injured, so the nod's gonna go to Maitland-Niles. Centre halves for me, Socrates. I don't mind playing a back 5 to be fair with you, but in fact, let me do 2 formations. I'm gonna say Socrates and Koscielny. I don't know for Koscielny's fitness. Cole is a shoe-in. There you are. Who else? That's 4. We'll go with Xhaka. And I feel Ramsey's a shoe-in. Torreira's technically still suspended, right, people? So do that. Mesut Ozil. And then I'm going to go with Aubameyang. Laka. And return Mkhitaryan back to the side, man. I feel he's been in good form, and that's the good thing where everybody's in good form. It's positive dilemmas to have. You see what I'm saying, people? I don't feel anybody should be dropped, and that's nice to say. But if we're going 3 at the back, obviously Leno, MN, Maitland-Niles. I'm gonna go with personally Socrates, Koscielny if fit, and Monreal. Cole is obviously a shoe-in at fullback. In midfield, we're going to go with Xhaka, Ramsey. I always get confused when I write this stuff out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ozil, Lacazette, Oba. But I also feel it could be worth keeping Aubameyang on the bench again, similar, because if I'm saying the last half an hour they kind of get tired, I don't know. I'd start both, but it's positive dilemmas. And obviously, if I go 5 at the back, I want Mkhitaryan to start, but I want Ozil to start as well. I feel Xhaka needs to, if Xhaka's fit, he's back into the side, and I feel Ramsey should start based on how he played in the last outing. So let me check. I've actually got the numbers right, and there's 11 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. I'm a visual person, people. But I'm going no-brainer, of course, again. Leno, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Koscielny, Monreal as our back 3. And obviously Maitland-Niles is our right back. Leno's our goalie. Kohler in our wing-back row. We know what he gives us down the left-hand side and has done this season. I feel Xhaka come back into the side. I feel Ramsey deserves to start again based on how he played and captained the side at the Emirates on Monday. I feel Mesut Ozil played quite well. I want to start Mkhitaryan, but I feel Ozil deserves to start. Nice to see, at least we're hearing the reaction Unai Emery might have wanted to see has been there, or they settled their differences. But yeah, so Ozil, Xhaka and Ramsey in the midfield, no-brainer, and Aubameyang and Lacazette together, people. It's really a no-brainer. Yeah, that's who I'd go with, man. Admittedly, you lot know I'm a big Mavropanos fan, so any opportunity to bring in Mavropanos, I will. But I just feel we should go over our experience, lads, because Richarlison is a physical handful and a mental handful. He's always trying to pull off the last shoulder. He's a physical handful as well. So I feel our experienced ones will get the nod for this, and you lot know I love young players, and I want Kohler to give them a threat down that left hand side. I actually want him to stay as high as possible. So if that being said, if Monreal can shift over, kind of cover that space, obviously Kohler has to track back, but that kind of gives him a license. He doesn't have to consistently think, oh, I have to stay, I have to go. He has freedom in the wing-back role. Obviously, Maitland-Niles down that side is going to do his thing. Aubameyang hopefully gets into pockets of spaces. Lacazette, his strengths are coming towards the ball. Ozil hopefully can pick a pass. Our two men in the engine room, like they're shown against United, I back both of them to do their thing. So the only thing that matters is winning, man. Just winning. Obviously, be careful of set pieces. You know Sigurdsson, he's an ex-Spurs man. He's very good at delivering corners and more fearful from free kicks. So if we will do it because it's football, but if we can not give away fouls in ridiculous areas, it would go a big way into us taking 3 points. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I want to get 6 points over Everton, so we'll see how it goes. But for now, people, that's my preview. So, people, deluded, I'm out. Arsenal versus Everton. Everton versus Arsenal.